Hello, I'm David Gilbert, and the good news keeps rolling in as we head into week 6 of Good News in Sports. We continue to see countless cases of generosity, creativity, and positivity come out of our nation's sports communities. We will continue to work together to navigate this difficult time and remain steadfast in our commitment to providing our Cleveland community with uplifting messaging focused on the lessons we've learned from sports. And with that, here's our top good news in sports stories for the week. Our first story this week highlights respect. As some of you may know, last week was National Nurses Week. To honor healthcare heroes, more than 30 well-known athletes from around the world shared video messages via social media as part of the hashtag #TheRealHeroesProject. Athletes from 14 sports leagues, including Aaron Judge, Drew Brees, Carly Lloyd, and Wayne Gretzky, shot videos in their homes to celebrate individual healthcare workers. They duct taped their own jerseys and replaced their names with healthcare workers to show respect for those who have had to carry the weight of the world on their shoulders. Recognizing all essential healthcare workers around the globe who are on the front lines of COVID-19 is certainly so important. We want to thank them for their selfless sacrifice and heroic efforts. Our next story highlights dedication and commitment to our community's youth. The Cleveland Browns teamed up with the Arby Foundation and Cleveland Metropolitan School District to identify 520 students in need who will receive free Wi-Fi for 1 year. The Arby Foundation grant is through the Browns' Get to School, Stay in the Game network, which was established last summer to encourage regular school attendance. Following school closures across the state, these organizations saw the need to donate the funds to provide to students in a community where a majority of the homes do not have access to reliable internet, with the ability to access the educational resources electronically that they need. It's inspiring to see community partners and our school district's dedication to keeping local youth engaged in their education. Our final story this week highlights leadership from one of our valued partners in the Cleveland community. With recent plans to build a research and development center in Brecksville, Sherwin Williams announced a donation of 1,500 N95 respirators to the city's firefighters and paramedics. These masks will help reduce these first responders' exposure to COVID-19 as they respond to emergency calls. This donation also comes after Sherwin Williams announced in April a donation of over 250,000 masks, gloves, and other pieces of personal protective equipment to local healthcare workers. It's comforting to know this Cleveland-based company has stepped up to continue to supply critical items to those fighting on the front lines of the virus, both here at home and across the country. Well, that's a wrap on this week's stories, and thanks for tuning in. We'll see everyone next week for more Good News in Sports, but this time we'll have a new format. We're excited to launch Good News in Sports Team Edition. In order to share more about who we are as an organization, what we do, and our love of this community, we'll start featuring interviews with the members of our team. The same feel-good sports stories will be shared, but we're looking forward to sharing more about us and continuing our love for this great Cleveland community. Stay safe, everybody.